I don't want to be accused of bombing, but this is it. I don't know if you know that.
Don't be stealing anybody else's show content, Eytan.
No. Here's the thing, though. Who cares? 'Cause this is it. That's all I know, right? That's all I know. Now, here's what I could say. This is, without a doubt, definitively, if the Philadelphia 76, I want you to know what's at stake here for me, okay?
Okay.
Because I got buried in game 5. Absolutely. I had 5 tickets, super big tickets with multiple legs that all hit, including live ping pong to live soccer that all hit except for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow.
Buried. When I say buried.
So you had all these parlays and stuff tied in with the Sixers, and therefore you blew it.
And solo tickets as well. Done.
Okay.
Cooked. Now, I'm making it all back tonight and then some with the Philadelphia 76ers victory. So economically, I want you to know how invested I am, gentlemen, in this game tonight, beyond just rooting for the Sixers to beat Atlanta. Now, there's another thing going on as well, okay?
Well, wait. First of all, are you money line or are you laying the points?
Well, I'll go through each and every play, okay, because there's a lot connected to the Philadelphia 76ers, including our mutual friend, Louis Oosthuizen.
Oh,
right?
Well, he's my guy. You know that.
Yeah, yes, and I just need Sebastian Munoz to not birdie or eagle. Look, okay, this is the scenario I'm dealing with, Barrett. I have a bet right now that's tied in. Louis Oosthuizen is tied for the first round. Now, I jumped in at -111 because clearly he was already there. So he's tied with Russell Henley, who's already in the shop. He's
at
good.
4 under. They're both finished.
They're both done.
Yeah.
Now, it was suspended last night, okay? So this guy, Sebastian Munoz, Barrett.
From Colombia.
Okay.
Yes.
Sebastian Munoz.
Okay. Yes.
He has to come out and finish 1 hole. Now, this happens to be a par 5.
It's the 9th hole.
Yes. And it's eagle a bull if you can hit that. We've seen a couple. Now, again, it would take a 50-foot putt or so.
I think the 18th is easier as far as the finishing par 5. So he's finishing on the more difficult one.
If he were to birdie, then it's a 3-way tie, and I believe Oosthuizen still clears first round leader with we just saw somebody eagle it 2 guys, I think, Bruder, yesterday. Go back. We saw that.
Are you sure it was the 9th?
Yes, I believe so.
That's a long one.
I understand.
Yeah, Jeff Bruder says it's 615.
No,
I don't know what the yardage is, but it's very long, and it got cross bunker. It's all
the whole
tough.
thing. Now, here's the thing: if he were to manage an eagle, then he would jump up on.
He'd be the outright leader of the first round,
and that would be a brutal, absolutely brutal loss. Now, I'm just saying that's
if he was the eagle.
Yes,
right.
Now, where I am with the Sixers is, I was so confident that I bet Mike Jarek that if the Sixers are to lose tonight, he can name my son, who's going to be here Monday, early Super Monday morning.
Get out of town.
What are you thinking about, bro?
Well, look, because you come out here and you make these platitude John Gruden statements, Barrett, about Joel Embiid is the best. Joel Embiid is the best. I'm putting my blood on the line here, all right? I'm putting a lot on the line, all right?
Wait a second. Whoa. Hold on. What does your wife have to say about this?
Oh, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know. Okay.
No, she has no idea.
This is a hell of a way to start the show, man. I hate to do it to you.
I'm just telling you, this is how people say, oh, I put that on my mama's grave. I'm putting it on my unborn son's name.
Wow.
I hate to do it to you, Jarek Shander.
And we know that Jarek is crazy.
Jarek Shander.
He's crazy in a good way.
Yes.
Crazy in a good way. But that name could be, I mean, are there any suggestions? Has he given you any ideas?
I think he's going to go Trey. But
Trey Shander.
Yeah, as in Trey Young.
As in Trey Young.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, maybe this is how you sell it to the wife, because she plays a lot of golf. Trey is 3. So a 3 is a birdie on a par 4, an eagle on a par 5, and a par on a par 3. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Harry,
it's a good number in golf.
Trey never came up in the name search. So I think that might be a hard one. All right. Barrett has gone through this a couple of times over.
Right.
If you were to bet away a name, I don't imagine the boss lady would A, accept it, and B, be happy.
No way on God's green earth. I wouldn't even be sleeping on the couch. I'd be sleeping in the garage.
You wouldn't be sleeping in the house.
Right.
You'd be in a hotel. You did what? Now there's a great King of Queens.
In
which Arthur
had to come.
Harry's name. Come on. And her name is Simone. Her real life name is Simone, but her dad gambled it away in a poker game.
Oh.
And therefore her name was Carrie. Can you imagine this kid's gonna grow up as Trey?
Trey Shander. It's not bad though. I kind of liked it.
It's nice, but I'm just saying, what if he goes JAKIB Shander?
Well, again, he's very spiteful. Very spiteful. Should we get him on at some point today?
Yes, sir.
In partnership with JAKIB.
Of course.
And you, my friend, are caught in the middle.
The Middle starts now on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, it's a Football Friday. And we got a lot. And I mean, as far as hunting away the season.
Bro, you could be a Father's Day on Father's Day.
No, here's why it's not going to happen. Because I don't think the actual look, the baby could come early, and you're absolutely right. But how we have it planned is she'll go in Sunday evening, and they'll start the process around we have to call at 8:00 just to find out when to come in Sunday night. So
Sunday night, okay.
Yeah. So, and this is her first time giving birth. So hopefully this thing goes fast, but we're looking at 6:21:21.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Sebastian Munoz double bogeyed the 9th hole.
No, I didn't say that Munoz double bogeyed.
No, he did. I'm saying you're in the clear. He's finished.
Thank you.
He made a 7 on the par 5.
Look at this. This is it. All I need is the Sixers.
Right.
All I need is the six. Are the Sixers going to screw me? Now, I was ridiculed and destroyed today in fashion in which I was not prepared for. I was brought on as the mush on Fox 29 this morning with Mike and Alex here, guys, because of my 2 tweets over the last 2 losses.
Well, that's good work by
what
them.
About that 27-0 girl? I think she's more to blame than me.
I was on Bird 365, and they often talked about you and your love of Ben Simmons. Your man crush of Ben Simmons.
Behind my back?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's a
Wait a second. They brought you on Birds 365 so you could trash Eytan about the Sixers?
There were a couple of jabs on him.
Wow.
Sounds like it.
The Brick Wall crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man.
Man.
Now, I
hate to do it to him.
We have to get to that coming up. But I'm just saying, there's something going on here, man. All right?
They know about your love of Ben Simmons.
They brought a nun on this morning on TV alongside of me. And then they brought my tweets up, and they asked the nun, is it right to tweet the Atlanta Hawks suck? Like Eytan. What position am I supposed to be in here? I can't say anything back to a nun.
Right.
I tell you, man, what a way to start the weekend.
Right.
They should at least brought a rabbi in, too.
Yeah, equal opportunist.
Exactly.
Right? Bring an imam, a rabbi, a priest. It's the start of a great joke. Right? A rabbi, an imam, a priest walk onto a TV set. And then there's me. And then she says something at the end about, I said that if they lose, they should also fire Doc Rivers. And Jarek immediately goes back to the nun and says, is that right? And she's like, no, of course not. You shouldn't be saying that on TV. Scolded.
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you today, I didn't go golf. I was supposed to go golf today with the Eagles. All the Eagle greats are golfing down at Riverwinds right now.
At Jaws' place, yeah.
Yes. At Riverwinds. And what am I doing? I'm here with my boys.
Well, wait, we didn't even know about that this was a possibility.
Yeah, it was a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, once again, you were absent of the text chain last night as Eytan and I were espousing the greatness of that game between the Nets and the Bucks, and you were nowhere to be found.
No, I wasn't.
Another comedy club?
Of the year.
No. It wasn't a comedy club. I just neglected to do it. I was in my garage trying to teach myself how to TIG weld.
Oh,
not Rod Tidwell.
You on fire today, man.
Hey, man, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
Wow.
I popped a couple. I'm going to be out for a week. I'm good.
Yeah. Wow.
I got these new ones here.
What do you mean you got new ones?
Well, they always have a different name for whatever these pills are. Who knows?
Oh, so you kind of don't know what they're going to do to you?
Oh, no, I do.
Oh.
I do.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying earlier in the day, you got to get ready, man. You got to get up. You got to get up.
Man.
I don't know why I'm in that mood there with the Sixers, but there's a lot on it. So, and I'm also happy if this Oosthuizen thing clears too, right?
Well, it should. I mean, there's nobody else within reach. You got
anybody else in reach?
No, I mean, Richard Bland has already started his second round.
Yep.
So that's not in your way. I don't think there's anybody else that can touch you.
No.
So you're good.
It was fun last night, though, doing a show where I normally don't have golf to talk about at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, well, that's the advantage of these guys playing on the West Coast for a major. It's like it goes till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night here. I mean, I had both the basketball game on and the golf. It was an amazing night of sports television.
I agree, yeah.
And how about Middleton for the Bucks?
Unbelievable.
He was unreal.
Huh?
He was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he just and he had some incredibly difficult shots. Shots that were just like, wow. Of course, that Lopez prop didn't hit.
No, he didn't hit 1-3.
No, he took a
This
couple of
is
rush
The
ones.
Middle on
Disappointing.
The Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by
See if
Rocket
this
Mortgage.
Oosthuizen cleared
Live
yet.
from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, I'm riding a 3.5 lay on Madison Keys right now in the Berlin women's singles. Got a nice little sharp tip. So you can get in.
Wait a second. You're betting a non-major in tennis?
Look, I told you, I'm following a guy who doesn't throw out much, but when he does, I like to follow along. So Madison was laying a little bit on the money line, and the value was her laying 3.5 games at even money. So such is life.
This is too deep even for me. I got to be honest. I throw up my hands. I throw up the white flag. I'm amazed. My mouth is agape.
Look,
I did that when we were doing ping pong in Russia.
Yeah.
Well, Russia, that was my own little niche that I've carved out here where I've given you strategy.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to look at the numbers, we're way over 65%, like 68 or 69% on this strategy. Now, again, we can extrapolate it across the entire season here or whatever the league may be, but I'm just following sharper minds than me. I'm not giving these plays out my own.
I know.
There's
I'm just kind of amazed that you're actually putting your own green down on a women's tennis match in Berlin that is not even a major championship caliber match.
Well, John Shelton on the stream just put it in perspective. You look at it. He says
diapers.
Eytan needs paper for diapers.
Diapers.
Yes.
Yeah, build it up. Look,
bro, you don't know how expensive
somebody.
formula is. Bro, formula is you better make your wife breastfeed, bro, because formula is like crazy.
That's too much information. That's a private conversation that needs to be had between Eytan and his wife.
Barrett's having it, apparently, but I'm not having.
I am out of that conversation.
I am not having it. All right.
Well, hey,
this is not it.
No.
Hold on. A month from now, he's gonna be like, "Hey, Barrett, I did it to myself.
Yeah,
I put them on formula, and look at me now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even bet when they eat formula. You can't even bet, bro. It costs that much.
we'll be okay. We've got money set aside, not to go and dive into the financials of how much we've prepared for this child on his way here, but I think we're okay as far as at least for the beginning of it. And look, as far as that's why I'm following these sharp plays. All right, I follow tennis, golf.
It's never enough, bro. I was in the NFL, bro. I was in the NFL, the NF stinking L, bro.
Yeah. Why do you think I didn't have any kids?
Well, I was in the NFL and couldn't pay for that stuff, bro. I'm telling you, I'm letting you know.
Well, no, I understand. But look, there are plenty of people who did not play in the NFL that are okay with diapers and formula, right? So I think it's just a matter of how much we're managing what's happening here. And if I get in trouble, I'll let you know, okay? I don't know. Look, if this, like I can tell you this, if this Madison Keys bet hits, it ain't going to diapers.
Yeah.
I can promise you that. I already have stuff carved out, ready to go. This is it. Sixers, come on, man. Well, what about that guy behind you? Look, here's what I was saying as far as this is it, and having a joke at the start of the show is like this is definitively the last game for Ben Simmons if the Philadelphia 76ers lose.
Wow.
The last game in a Sixers uniform.
Absolutely. I feel more confident in Ben Simmons being gone after this loss than I did about Carson Wentz, and that smells like a poll to me.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with you.
610.
Yeah, I agree. I saw that Crossing Broad put out a tweet this morning, and I actually replied to it. It was one of those, the Sixers cannot win if, and then blank, you fill in the blank. And I said, if Embiid doesn't have double-digit free throws. And I wanted to see what you thought about that. And if we can add to that list. Like, I think he's got to get to the line, 10, 12, 14 times tonight where he can have a chance to make 80% of them.
Okay.
They need to get back. He needs to get back to that for them to have a chance tonight.
Well, you're right, man.
Yeah, sorry, Barrett. I was waiting for you.
Yeah, because at this point, you look at how dynamic it is that this hack of Ben and what effect it had on him.
Mm-hmm.
The mere fact that they would hack him. I mean, as soon as they took the ball out, as soon as he got the ball, they would hack him. Go down there, and if he misses both free throws, that's just like a turnover. In all actuality, it's a turnover.
Yeah, it is.
They get it, and they're on the way back to.
It's an empty possession.
Yeah, empty possession.
Yeah.
Amazing, it's amazing by Nate, man. He's doing his job.
And the sad thing is you can't count on Seth Curry to have another game like he had last game. I mean, that was like a blue moon type of situation.
Yep.
Right. But the problem is that, or maybe not the problem, but what I'll add is while it's possible, there's no way in hell that Tobias Harris is going to have another game like that. Now, again,
we hope. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Like 4 points in 37 minutes is disgraceful.
Yeah.
So the point being, Harry, to what you're saying, which is accurate, where you cannot go into every single playoff game or really any playoff game and hope that Seth Curry is your leading scorer. The point is that if Seth gets you 20, if Seth gets you 18, 20, and Tobias Harris gets you 26, 27.
And you're good.
Yes, I think that's a sweet spot that's realistic right now for expectations. And then, you're less, again, it doesn't alleviate, I'm not excusing it, anything like that, but now you're less pressure on finding a fourth guy like Ben Simmons to provide you 17 to 20 points. If you just keep it in that sweet spot, Embiid keeps doing what he did. Look, that first half, really, if he does that for the first half tonight, and everybody else steps up, that should be enough. Like, ideally, you should be able to sit Embiid with like 6 minutes in the fourth.
Oh, that would be ideal. I mean, that's basically what the Bucks were able to do last night in the final couple minutes of that game. They were able to sit all their starters, get ready for Game 7. The Nets pulled their guys. I mean, it was like the white flag went up. But I'd like to ask you, because you have it right in front of you probably, what is, I'm curious, the over-under or the total for Ben Simmons points, rebounds, assists, and everything tonight? What are the props on Ben Simmons?
Well, it's funny that you ask, because I was looking at it last night, by the way, and I did stay away from him. So Simmons tonight, 13.5 points. Now, what's crazy about this is it's actually juiced to the over. And I think that there are a lot of people right now that expect him to come out, big game, dominate. But look, I can easily see
Who, Ben?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
different areas, like
Okay.
different areas, yeah. But as far as the just look at the points, right? The points are at 13.5. The value is actually a little bit better on the underside there. Any interest, at least knowing the points, and also look, when we're talking about numbers, as Harry will tell you, we should be fair to what we're doing, and also explain that there's value in numbers to be attacked as opposed to just the total. So yes, we can make a prediction and say under or over, but we also should factor in that there may be some good numbers as far as like return on what you should attack. It's not the case here specifically because the under is minus 108, the over is minus 120. So honestly, if I had to make a decision on this bet, I would just tell people to stay away from it, but I wouldn't hate going under 13.5.
Green still out?
Yes.
Yes.
Danny Green is still out.
Yeah, he's out.
You still have
He's out 2 weeks. I mean, he's got
Fargan Korkmaz out there.
Yeah, he did nothing in the last game. There's the big water jug. There it is.
I'm
amazed.
It literally looks like he's going back to a water cooler in the office and taking the jug and just putting it up.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
And the big bubble comes up, you know.
Yeah. You like that? Huh?
Oh,
You like that?
yes.
Now, apparently I get chops for Oosthuizen because he's tied with Henley. What does that mean?
Well, you probably don't get all that you were thinking you were going to get. It's like with golf when they have these ties, you know, like if you're getting a guy top 20 and there's, 6 guys tied for 16th, let's say, and then the next guy is like is 24th. You know what I mean? They lump them all in. You only get a portion of what you were entitled to. They don't give everybody the full bet.
Yeah.
Now I have this parlayed with the Philadelphia 76ers money line tonight.
Oh,
so
minus 160.
Well, I had it at minus 154, but yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. So that returned me plus 213 because Oosthuizen at the time was minus 111. Now I took advantage of him, and this is where I got in. I got in right before the last hole that he happened to birdie going into the clubhouse. So he was one back at minus 111, and that's when I jumped in on him. So I wonder how this pays out. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You just gotta wait and see. And they probably won't. They probably won't even list it as paid until everybody finishes their first round. And I don't know if everybody's done. I'm assuming they might be, but
it actually has it listed as half won.
Okay.
Now, what does that mean? Like I win half of the parlay, or I win half? Like how does that work? Okay, and I'll give you a hypothetical number. Let's say somebody hypothetically put $250 on this parlay. The return would hypothetically be $783.75. So you're essentially making like what, $533.75 as a return.
Profit. Yeah.
Yes. Now, does that cut the entire parlay in half?
I'm not sure.
None?
I'm not sure. This is going to be a live experiment because you'll probably know within the next, 45 minutes or so.
No.
Sometimes there's.
I won't know until the Sixers win.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So you'll know tonight. Trust me. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, yeah. We'll get a text, I'm sure. Ben.
Hold on. Real quick. We have to take a break on the network here. Ron Culver's in the house. He's already texting the chat. You see that? He's making a pun on the nuns. And we'll do that. All right. Also, Mike Jarrett's going to join us at noon. Kurt Heelan's going to join us before that at 11:40. And E-Bombs World is going to be on with us at 12:40, right?
12:40, correct.
All right, a lot happening here. It's the middle, live, local. We'll tell you all about that here on Sports Map Radio as well. And we are live and local from the Fritz and B and Cooley Law Studios each and every day here. If you know someone who suffered a personal injury, contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. The middle, sponsored by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com. All right. Now, what do you got?
I was going to see if what's the number on how many points at this point is the line on it right now for the Sixers game?
3.5. It's going
3.5.
Yep, 3.5. It's going back and forth. Get back on Twitter here. I got locked out for a second. Forgot I changed my password, cuz.
Why?
Just because verified and all.
Oh, okay.
The middle. Social media. 11 to 1P. Let's do Kurt Heelan. 1140A. Mike Jarek. 12P. 1240. Let's go. All right, link is out.
What is Tobias Harris? What's the line of Tobias Harris?
Give me 1 sec.
All right.
1 sec. I'm sorry.
Man, this guy did an amazing job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Said he was going to be here at 8. He was here right at 8 o'clock, man.
You don't get that too much these days.
Nah, this guy's no bullshit.
Usually they say they're going to be there. They're not there.
Yeah. I'll be there between 8 and 10, and then they show up at 10:30.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to retweet your tweet, Eytan.
Yeah. God damn it. I thought I had this thing up here. What is happening? This is it. The Glommers. How great was that audio? You know what? The Glommers.
Yeah.
He's amazing with that.
I gotta be in. I hate to do it to him, man.
We got to get this Sean Brace audio from the other night.
He went all in, didn't he?
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
No, I saw you texted or tweeted about it the other night, but I didn't hear the audio.
Oh yeah. He brought it back to like Johnny was the one who put that in the system and all of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What happened?
Sean was going off at the end of his show before my show the other night, and he was all this.
This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
It's going
Live
off.
from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Okay, so we're actually pretty jammed today for a Friday. We've got 3 different people coming on for 3 different things.
Yeah, we got Kurt Heelan, of course, for the NBA, and you see there's trade rumors now already involving the Celtics and the Oklahoma City Thunder, sending Kemba to OKC and old Mr. Horford back to Boston. How about that
trade piece? I thought it went through. Is that?
Is it done?
I thought Sham said it went through, but I stand correct a lot here, right? So,
I just saw something on ESPN saying sources. Okay. So that to me was saying it was still kind of marinating, but I'm sure it's going to happen. It's interesting to see, it's these other teams. We got Rick Carlisle not coming back down in Dallas. Things are moving and shaking with these other NBA teams out of the playoff mix.
Yeah, this has been a big, and last year with the bubble, you saw a couple of things happen, right? Brett Brown, there were some things that happened, but it wasn't on a large scale. That was pretty much inevitable. I think what's changed, though, is things have come back to normal from a sense of the league outside of just that shortened season. And this has been it's almost like 2 years of pent-up frustration where, all right, we didn't want to get rid of a guy during the bubble season, or we didn't want to do this during the bubble. We didn't want to make a business decision during the COVID/bubble. So now you're almost seeing like 1.5 years of, all right, we probably should have moved on from this guy. We probably should have fired this guy. Brett Brown, you couldn't do anything. Like you had to Brett Brown. But I think you're starting to see this. And look, Boston with Brad Stevens up at the top, Kemba Walker was definitely a guy right away. If you were making a change in direction, would open up a lot from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
So he makes the most sense as far as who you would trade. And look, the Thunder, we know, aren't doing anything until
I liked him, man. I liked him too. I was thinking about him coming here and at least stabilizing the guard position from a scoring standpoint. But I'm glad he didn't. He did next to nothing in Boston.
Yeah, he never seemed to be a great fit up there.
No,
for some
not
reason,
at all.
you know. But
All right.
That's a good trade, though. I mean, why wouldn't they bring him back? They had no big man. The Celtics had no big man last year. Not a serious threat as a big man.
well, when is his contract up?
I would imagine the next 2 years.
2 years on it.
But look, I mean, the idea now is they move the money, and OKC is in a position where, you know, for salary, they're trying to get rid of some stuff as well, right? Walker right now, 2 more years, and there's the player option in a year after next year. There's the player option at 22. So he's on the books for 2021 this year, and then he has the player option. So depending on where he's going to be 32 years old, he's going to make nearly $38 million.
Wow.
Chances are that if he goes to Oklahoma City, he may be too miserable to take that money and just opt out and go to free agency.
Yeah.
Right. The Oklahoma City Thunder look at it like, okay, we'll take the $36 million
For a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll just hope it's so bad that Kemba's like, man, I'm out of here. Right?
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You know? Now,
That doesn't make sense to me, though.
No, you'd stay in Oklahoma City?
For $36 million?
No, but he could get out and get another multi-year deal.
Correct.
With somebody else. That's I think the idea behind it.
I know, but he just hasn't done anything the past couple of years, man.
Yeah, but see, LeBron is going to need to reassemble a team. You know, every 2 years, LeBron will reassemble a team, and maybe he can join the Lakers or wherever LeBron is then.
Right.
Though. You know, it may not be LeBron. It may be Trae Young. It may be Steph Curry, right? It may be
Jimmy Butler down in Miami needing another point guard.
So Walker goes there, and look, he may be dealt as well, right? I mean, he's definitely going to opt out of that final year. He's not going to stay in Oklahoma City knowing that and here's the thing though, Barrett, like, put yourself in this position. Let's say you don't have that Super Bowl ring, and how much money in your final 2 years, how many millions do you think, honestly, and look, I'm giving you the full-on benefit of hindsight, knowing what it's like to wake up every day and stare at an amazing accomplishment that like 0.8% of the people in this planet will ever accomplish. But honestly, how many millions do you think you would sacrifice knowing that feeling to play for Brady or play for somebody where you're guaranteed a ring?
That's you're right, man. You're absolutely right. You know, the money isn't always enough when players get, you know, deep into their careers. So I understand what you're saying, man. Well, let me ask you guys this. What do you think about a trade with, you know, with Jimmy and Ben? I mean, how equal do you think that would be?
Boy,
Jimmy Butler for Ben?
I think you could get a little more. Well, Butler's getting up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Miami. I don't know if anybody's going to give up points to get Ben Simmons, right? Like, I think we have to look at adding somebody else in, and then who are you going to add in? Because if you're giving up points to bring back Simmons,
but you got age. Age is a factor on that, though. Age is a factor on that.
As far as what, with Butler?
Yeah.
I don't know if Miami is stressed right now to get rid of him, right?
Right.
And that's all I'm saying, though, is, and this works for anybody, Jimmy Butler or anybody else, is if you give up somebody for Ben Simmons and that person happens to be your top, like 1 even to 3 scorer, you're then going to have to replace that offense with somebody else. And Simmons. That's my point.
Right.
Well, what if you throw Maxey into the deal?
I don't
Young, up-and-coming player.
I don't know. I think you're going to have to throw Matisse Thybulle in the deal before Maxey, and then even then, look, you can get stuff back. But are we talking about Jimmy Butler?
I'm basically just like in general.
Look, I think here's the funny thing about all of this is that this isn't even a wild hypothetical. If the Philadelphia 76ers lose, this is no longer 3 of us having a conversation. This is us talking about what like Daryl Morey and other people in the front office will be talking about, probably with other general managers and presidents.
Mm-hmm.
A 4-year, $140 for Jimmy. He's only 31. I just think, you look at who else is on that team and Bam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't necessarily you've got an aging Oladipo, Andre Iguodala. You've got shooters out there around in Hero and, Dragic again, though,
he's old.
He's 35. He plays like he's 45.
Yeah.
The problem with that trade with Jimmy Butler is, you could get rid of $140 million. But here's another thing too, Barrett and Harry and everybody else out there. Ben Simmons is going to be owed some money. This is not just like a salary dump for the Sixers.
Well, see, that's the problem. Their last problem. We were talking about if they do lose the game tonight, you saying he might be his last game in a Sixers jersey. How do you accomplish this trade? Who has more value in a trade for him? I can't see anybody at this point that would give up anything for Ben.
Yeah, they should have traded him when I suggested I said call up Memphis and send Ben Simmons to Memphis for the 2nd overall pick, and you could have had Ja Morant. And I took all kinds of heat for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you like me now?
No, look, I think you can look at this by all means.
How you like me now, Barrett?
Right.
I'm the bad. I'm the bad guy.
You can give him a ah-da-da.
Yeah, ah-da-da. I'm the bad guy.
Look, you want to go back to revisionist history? I'm okay with that by all means because I think it's great, especially in a situation like this. Would you rather have had right now? And I'm asking as far as somebody who first and foremost is paired with Joel Embiid, secondary doing what he's currently doing in the NBA, which granted took a little bit. It did not come overnight. But would you rather right now have had Brandon Ingram than Ben Simmons? Now.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think
even bringing that name up coming out of that guy's
because I was not on the Brandon Ingram train.
Barrett Brooks.
I was not on the Ingram train then. I was cool with Simmons.
Yeah, but
then I took a look and I'm like out.
Yeah,
right. It's like
All right, we're back in 3. Kurt Healy. Yeah, just saying. Keep an eye on.
That's a great point, Shan. Because at this point, 20 points with a guy, and take away Ben's defensive prowess. I mean, we just had to get a point guard then. Oh man, points over defense and a facilitator. That's what you're thinking. Which one would you take?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. A scorer.
Yeah.
A shooter / scorer. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking, man.
That is Richard Bland guy. He's 2 under for today already.
Yeah, and I took a wild. Tell you the odds. I got great odds for him. Honestly, I couldn't hate the result. But when I jumped in yesterday, he was still 2 back, and I got him at plus 3,000.
He's like 46 years old and just got his first win ever on tour like a month ago.
Wow. That's amazing.
He won at a very famous place over in England, the Belfry.
Man, I got crushed. I thought that I total didn't even hit 106 or 108 last night.
Yeah.
What a joke. That game was really tough to watch in the second half.
I tell you, Harden's got nothing, man.
Well, I
know he had 15.
Everything in the first game because it was noticeably different. His ability to move laterally.
Mm-hmm.
Like he couldn't. The first game, he was fine. He was, if you saw it, he was just coming up short.
Right.
Like
but he had those step back threes. He's coming up short. Like he's got no lift.
No.
At all.
It really looked bad.
Now, when's that game 7? That's not Saturday night, is it?
No, game 7 Sunday.
No, I'm saying for Milwaukee. Yeah, it is. It's Saturday. It's Saturday night, the 19th.
And that's the only game we have, right? Because game 7, there are 2 games tonight, 1 game tomorrow, right?
Correct. Yeah, the 1 game tomorrow is Milwaukee-Boston, game 7. Mm-hmm. Or Milwaukee-Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
I got Brooklyn at even money. I don't think Milwaukee's going to win.
The pick 'em.
I know. But I've been wrong.
I'd love to see Milwaukee win that.
Yeah, I would too, but I think I have to take Brooklyn at home, even money, right? I mean, just the value.
I don't know now, man. I mean, Milton has finally got himself in a position where he's becoming that guy again. So, the first two games, he was nothing. He was more so he was almost like a Ben Simmons, man. He wasn't doing anything on the offensive side of the ball. Now he's lights out. The past 3 games he's been that way.
Uh-oh. I'm getting word that Brandon Grace just holed out for Eagle. I love that.
Hey, as long as it didn't happen in the first round, I'm fine with it.
Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
You know?
Live from the O'Reilly Auto
Bruder must be watching it.
Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, we await Kurt Heelan. Should be joining us in a matter of seconds here. I texted him yesterday that I wanted to save, the guy's doing a lot. He's busy. He's all over the place. So I texted him that we wanted to save a conversation with him until Philly, Brooklyn, Philly, Milwaukee, kind of get a big preview.
Right.
Going on. But
that might not happen.
That's exactly what I said. So I figured, maybe we should just jump in and get ahead of that.
Yeah. I'd love to preview the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't know we're going to get there.
I wonder if he's ever been on with Dog. He's got to have been on with Dog before. So, but yeah. So here we stand right now, awaiting everything. What say you? This thing,
there's
right
nothing
now,
going on Eagles wise, football wise, really.
Well,
nothing.
Barrett was on Birds 365.
Well, what did you break down? What was
Yeah.
the topic du jour aside from ripping Shander on Ben Simmons?
No, it was more so.
What is that?
No, it didn't rip you, man. They were just talking about
No,
your
it
love of
sounds
Ben
like
Simmons.
and you're backing down a little bit to protect them.
No, never that, man. You're my guy, man. Come on now. But the thing, what they talked about was kind of like Ben Simmons, and when you fall out of favor with a coach, or being in a position where you just you're so mind stroked that you can't focus on what you need to do, and it becomes almost like you got the yips for everything you do now.
Yeah. All right, now look, Kurt Heelan is with us, and you just heard, Kurt, what Barrett was saying about a conversation he had. Now, this conversation was one had earlier on our channel, the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, on a show called Birds 365. So a show that's dedicated entirely to the Philadelphia Eagles in an Eagles town is bringing Barrett Brooks on to talk about Ben Simmons. This is how serious the Ben Simmons issue is here in Philadelphia, Kurt. At Basketball Talk, of course, on Twitter. All things at NBCSports.com basketball related.
So you're saying you're a little obsessed? Just a little, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, understandably. I don't know how long, Eytan, you and I, and it's not just us, everyone has said, does that really fit? I mean, does it really work? Does this really the guy you need that fits next to him? And you could argue this, or look, Ben Simmons brings some value to the table, but how much value does he bring in a system with Joel Embiid as the center and anchor of all things? It has been out there forever. It's just really heightened during these playoffs. The problem becomes Daryl Morey's not afraid to make moves. Subtle hint there. He might be a kind of guy who makes those things, but everybody knows he's over a barrel. Like I'm not sure what you're going to be able to get back from Kemba. Might be there, but they're flipping him. But I don't know what you're going to do.
And it's just a scoring dominated league now.
Yeah.
They don't have specialists like they had with the glove and guys like that. But at this point,
the glove could score. The glove could get you some buckets still.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. What Ben brings is value. But if you're a defensive first guy, unless you're Kawhi Leonard or something,
right,
obscure, it's more Matisse Thybulle, right? It's defensive lockdown guy who can hit some threes.
That's exactly what we don't have. But going into this game and really thinking about Sixers going down to Atlanta, crowd is going to be in it. Trey has found a way in which he can score at will without scoring, just from getting fouled and going to the free throw line. How you see the line is only 3 right now. How close how close of a game do you going into the fourth quarter? Do you think that the Sixers team have to win by? I mean, they have to at least be blowing them out in order for them to win this game. I would think, right?
I assume that Daryl Morey has petitioned the league to make this a 3-quarter game tonight. It's like end it there. We're done, right?
Kurt, that was great. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
It's hard. I think that you've got to have a lead. You've got to look. The crowd there is going to be into it, which is, by the way, weird because Atlanta is a crowd where, like, if this were a Tuesday night in February and the Sixers were there, like a quarter of the crowd would be Sixers fans. It's a city where there's a lot of transplants, and those transplants root for the other team loudly in the building. It's kind of a weird vibe that way. But they'll be into it tonight. You've got to stem that momentum some, not get Trey going too much early. And then in the fourth quarter, man, just like, I think you do need a lead. I think you need to get them quiet. I don't know that you need, like, it'd be nice to have that first quarter again, but you need to have a lead going into the fourth. But then Ben and Tobias, frankly, have really just got to step up. I mean, Embiid could be better in the second half, fourth quarter as well, but I'm giving him somewhat of a pass because he's playing on one leg. Like, it's Tobias Harris who's supposed to be able to be the half-court shot creator under pressure, and he just has not been.
Hey, Kurt, I think we're all in agreement, at least the three of us are, before we brought you on, that this could be the end for Ben Simmons if they lose this series in Philadelphia. Could it also be the end for Doc Rivers in Philadelphia?
It should be.
Oh, it's funny. I was big on come on, the blown leads aren't all his fault, but it keeps happening to him. Like,
it's a pattern.
It's a little too much to ignore at this point. There's a few too many UFO files out there to suddenly be thinking it's not real anymore.
Right. I mean, we're seeing Bigfoots now, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Look, players like Doc, you just signed him. I don't know that he's lost the room in a way that you can, like, Stan Van Gundy. I would say, I can't even say lost the room, never had the room in New Orleans. Bjorkgren had turned off everybody top to bottom in that organization within a year. I don't know that Doc has done that. And I don't know that you're going to move on that fast from him. But I think Daryl's got to, whether it's putting in specific assistants or you've got to do something to win over the team, but also fill in some of the gaps. You've got to find what is it strength and conditioning? Like, I don't know what it is with Doc's teams. But you look at the Clippers, a lot of the flaws that they had with Doc are gone under Ty Lue. I don't know that they're advancing, by the way. I don't want to sing the Clippers praises per se.
Pretty impressive performance though in that last game.
Yeah.
Man.
But exactly. But
away, right. Let Doc wins.
But whatever you think of the Clippers advancing or what you think of them as a team, they answered we're just going to blow leads where the Clippers questions a lot. If they lose this series, you're not going to look back and blame it on Ty Lue.
Right.
It's going to be, Kawhi's ACL.
No Kawhi, yeah.
Yeah. It's so I'm curious. You've got to do so. I don't know if you let Doc go, because I'm not sure it's there unless he's really lost the locker room and we just don't know it. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is something though where you might see some shifting around of assistants and strength and conditioning people, something to get them playing better in the fourth, because this is just hard to watch.
Well, I wonder, we talk about Ben Simmons clearly and Doc Rivers with the blown leads. Joel Embiid is an entirely different conversation in his own right. But I'm concerned, as a guy that you've seen up close and personal out in LA before he came here, I'm concerned that this regular season is a ceiling, not necessarily an average for Tobias Harris. And granted, what we saw last game is his floor, right? Like basement. I don't know if we can rely on Tobias Harris as the snubbed all-star all season in the playoffs without making it look like, oh my God, Tobias Harris is a 4-point in a 38-minute performer.
I don't. Here's my thing with Tobias. I just don't think he can be the lead guard and shot creator. I like what Tobias can do, but Tobias looks great playing next to a top point guard or it doesn't even need to be necessarily a point guard, but somebody else who can be the half court creator.
A real point guard.
Right. A real point guard. Right. But I mean, I'm going to, well, all right, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Let's say because he's going to be available, they're going to flip Kemba Walker out of OKC. I don't know. Look, that's a huge contract and a guy with an injury history, and there's other challenges with Kemba. But when he's played, Kemba creates, man. Kemba gets in the lane. And Chris, if you've got him and you've got to focus your defense on him and he's kicking out and getting the ball to Joel, and then Tobias is your secondary shot creator instead of, Ben Simmons, that works. That's a great, now you've got to focus over here and suddenly he can isolate or get the pick and go one-on-one against a weakness. I think as a secondary guy, he's fine. Mm-hmm. But as the primary guy in the half court, because Ben can't, and obviously Joel is a guy you've got to get the ball to. If you're saying, all right, fourth quarter, I need somebody to create a play in the half court, he has not been able to step up and be that guy as a big, and it's rare for a big to do it. Or I say a wing. Some wings can pull it off, but I'm with you. A true point guard would help a lot.
Do you think the NBA listens to LeBron? He came out the other day, saying, I told you so about all the compressed schedule and the bubble and all this thing causing all these injuries. Do you think there's something that comes out of this?
Not really, because they're going to go back to the regular schedule next year. What makes this interesting to me is I don't think this is just a shot at the NBA. This is a shot at Chris Paul and the Union, who signed off on this. The players signed off on this deal, right? They're like, all right, yeah, hey, we'll all take the money. We all want the cash. We'll all back up and all right, we'll do it. We'll take the cash. We'll go. LeBron wasn't really thrilled with that. He wanted the February start, for obviously selfish reasons. He played late into the season, but he wanted that later start and wasn't concerned about the money the same way. They took the cash. He got it, but once you signed on, he's not wrong. Once they signed on, everybody knew what this was. This could be the outcome. And he missed time too. By the way, I don't know that his ankle, Solomon Hill dove into his ankle. I don't know, that could happen anyway. Some of these are going to happen anyway.
Well, looking at go back to the coaches and Nick McMillan, he's definitely out coaching Doc right now. I don't see how Doc at this point can say anything other than he's got to do more in the fourth to try to do something to stop the bleeding and then they going into it. What could he possibly do right now to get his guys to believe in him in the fourth quarter and want them to go forward?
I don't know. It's really hard, especially when you're this deep into a series. By game 6, there really aren't adjustments left either. Everybody's made, what your best lineup is. You saw it last night. Those guys went 6 players deep. 7 and 8 got, there was garbage time, but even before that, player 7 got 2 minutes. The other Antetokounmpo comes in, gets 2 minutes, just to spell somebody for a second. It was a 6-man rotation for both sides. I think there's a little of that, but your challenge is I'd like to get Joel a little more rest early in the game, so maybe he's got a little more in the fourth.
That's kind of tough because at this point, I'm looking at defensively. They have so many guys that they play defense. They're going still 8 deep. In 8 minutes to have your twos in for 8 minutes. I can't say that with no starters on the court.
Yeah. The other problem is in that fourth, it wasn't. We're talking about the offensive end. Ben Simmons was getting blown by. Thibault was getting. They were just getting shots. They were getting to their spots and getting their shots and feeling that confidence. And maybe Embiid isn't moving as fast on the back line, but the defense just was not there. It was not slowing this team like it had earlier in the game or earlier in the series. And if those guys, if they're just getting beat at the point of attack, I don't know what Doc does about that other than, hey, don't get beat at the point of attack. And I'm not sure that there's an adjustment there. If your 2 best perimeter defenders are getting beat, you're in trouble.
Right.
Kurt, hold on one sec. We're going to take a quick break here on the network. Back in 3 on Sports Map Radio. Yeah, I just
nice background, Eytan.
Oh, thanks, man. It's
I'm assuming that's not live.
No, it's not live, and this is the hopes. This is like reverse psychology, to where I'm hoping this is not where Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are going to be Saturday.
Yeah, right.
All right, that's what my hope. Look, let's look at this point blank. There is no way in hell the Philadelphia 76, forget my unborn child's name is resting on the Philadelphia 76ers winning tonight. That's the confidence of the bets that I've placed all around today. There's no way they lose this game after dropping 2 historic leads in the playoffs, right?
They're on the road, man. Like they're in Atlanta for this one, right? So
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me nervous. It's like I think they're fully capable of. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm always curious to see how teams respond to those punches to the gut, like 2 losses like that. Do you bounce back and say, all right, does Doc have them mentally tough enough to go, you know what? No, this is ours. We've been the better team. We should close this out. You actually got that from the Bucks, and I'm not sure I totally expected it last night. Or is it, oh, man, the first time they get on a run late in the third quarter, is it, oh no, here
we go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Here we go.
You're in that space, and I'm afraid that they're going to fall into that space, and you're going to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House, man.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
That's like my favorite
still
thing
doing
over the
this.
last
That's a
couple of
tremendous story. Every waffle he eats, they knock off an hour of how long he has to be in there.
He was thinking of binging and purging and like going out to the parking lot, throw it up so he could keep
Right.
getting time off the schedule. Like he's tweeting the whole thing out. It's been brilliant.
That's great. Real quick, Brooklyn and Milwaukee, great series. Obviously, injuries have affected that one too. But who do you think wins on Saturday night?
I will take Kevin Durant in any game at home in any big. I just can't bet against him in a big moment. I think it's a close game, but I just at the end of the day, I mean, for all the flaws with Brooklyn, I just got a feeling KD can that 49-point game wasn't like he is fully capable of having another one of those. They looked a little gassed, they looked a little flat last night, but I don't think it'll be interesting. He's also been in big moments and can handle it. Like game 7, everybody gets T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
shots all hit the front of the rim, and I don't know if that's going to be him. Like
we'll see if Middleton looks the same in Game 7 as he has in the last couple games.
I still remember being at Game 7, Lakers Celtics 2010 NBA Finals, and the 2 best players on the floor. I mean, Kobe had points and what have you, but the 2 best players on the floor, Meta World Peace, Rasheed Wallace, 2 guys not bothered by human emotion.
Yep.
Pressure, like 2 guys who are just out there. Like, yeah, dude, it's another game, whatever.
Right.
but think about it. Like, that's Kawhi Leonard, just amazing on offense and defense. Like, that's why when I forget who, I think it was Kawhi himself, right? In the first series when they were down 2-0 to Dallas, he's talking in the post-game interview like, we've done this before. We just need to win 2 games. And there's no way that you could not believe him because he doesn't have, he's like not altered by anything.
Mm-hmm.
No emotion, anything like that. Hey, I want to throw real quick on your way out here, Kurt. We're back here on Sports Map Radio as well. I'm going to throw 2 quick conspiracies out, and you tell me which one you think is most likely to happen. All right? Real quick.
Let me get my tinfoil hat. Hold on.
Absolutely. I'm surprised. You knew you were going to come on with us. I'm surprised, at least for me, you didn't have it here. The first one is that Chris Paul is the last of the true, like, if you want to say the banana boat crew or just the actual veteran who's still playing at elite level, who's missing one thing and one thing only. So there's the amazing Chris Paul narrative. There is the Monty Williams narrative where it's like, how can you not feel amazing for this guy if you were to win a championship? It's a great story of learning and growth. And then there is the Devin Booker story, which is everybody told him to leave and get out. As Barrett Brooks would say, a smaller market can win with a superstar and bring people in. So bleep you to New York and LA and Chicago.
And a couple of good draft picks.
Absolutely. That's the one conspiracy. And the other one, real quick, is as long as Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are together, the Philadelphia 76ers will never win a championship because it will ultimately reward what the process was. Which one is best?
Ooh, see, that's a really good one. I might take that. As much as I think the league would kind of like the Chris Paul story because it's, man, look, Phoenix, Utah might not be the highest rated Western Conference Finals that they've ever seen.
Yeah.
But you can sell Chris Paul pretty easily. And honestly, the world should get to know Donovan Mitchell better, who's like the nicest of the superstars in the league. He's just a good guy. But if you want a conspiracy theory, they don't want to reward the process. Yeah, that makes some sense. That's still, there's people still really bitter about that one.
Wow.
Kurt, love you, brother.
Great
Thank
stuff,
you for
Kurt.
being on
Thank
with
you.
Hey, anytime. Take care.
Appreciate you, bro.
us.
Wow.
Kurt Healing at Basketball Talk. We're back in 6 on Sports Map Radio. We're not going anywhere on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Mike Jarek is set to join us, and we'll see if he has a name or two picked out. You think he does?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it here on Sports Map. Oh, man.
Now, is he coming on now?
Should be. Yeah, he should be popping on.
All right.
I sent him. Like he does it on the phone. By the way, speaking of which, Mitchell is now a game time decision, and Conley is working return to the lineup.
Wow.
That's huge there.
Yeah,
but if Mitchell's out, I mean,
I can't believe Mitchell would be out.
in an elimination game,
Yeah.
he would have to be really hurt.
Like
Right.
James Harden came back way too early, and it was obvious, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder, man, does that stuff, like, real quick before we're waiting for Jarek? I'm sure it does. You know, if another really good guard played through an injury, similar injury, in week 2 or 3 for New England or for Baltimore, and you then have something similar to that week 6, week 7, and you're like, man, coach, I can't go. You think a coach ever would be like, you kidding me? Johnson had that up in New England. You bleep. Oh, and I can say now we're not on the radio. You puss, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Happens all the
They
time.
know, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I just looked at this, just saw this stat from my boy Mulhern from NBC. He said as a rookie, Ben Simmons he used to average 12 shots in the playoffs and was 70% from the line.
Yeah. So what is it now? He's 30-some% from the line, but how many shots is he putting up?
Probably what, 4?
Well, I think he's had a couple of games where he's had double-digit shot attempts, actually. But then there's other games where there's 3, 4.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, he had like 18 in one of these games against Atlanta.
Yeah, he did.
And I think he had 17 in another game.
It was game 2. He had 18, right?
I can't remember which. But he's had 3 games where he scored double-digit points in this series.
I mean, he can do it. He can do it. He can play aggressive.
Yeah, he had 18 in game 3. He had
3?
17 in game 1 loss. The game 2, he had 4, and game 5, he had 8 points. So
Ortiz and Casey won those 3 balls. Lowry. Oh, no, Kokrak did as well. How about that? All right.
the crack man at 2 over, he won the 3 ball.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
All right, so not bad. Let's see where Jarek is.
Christian Bezadenhout, 2 under today. Boy, that guy's got a nice golf swing.
There we go. Mike Jarek. Good
What's up?
afternoon.
Wow. Look
Mike,
at this
what
Can you
guy.
hear me?
Yes, we hear you. How are you not physically exhausted right now? It's got to be like 10 o'clock of the night for you.
I am physically exhausted, and I'd be on my back if I wasn't talking to you.
Looks great, man.
Oh, Mike looks fantastic.
Jeez.
Are you kidding me? You're just used to looking at us every day. So, yeah.
Right,
that's
right.
great. But on top of that, he looks fantastic.
No wonder he's on
Yeah.
TV.
Hey,
Amazing.
Mike. So you have your name book out right now. You ready to rock and roll for what is it? JAKIB Shander?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
So set it up for people that have a big ego. Yeah, JAKIB Shander. There are people with the first name Jarek in
Yeah.
America. I've met them. Yeah.
It's kind of a cool
You'll
name.
be
It's kind of a cool first name.
Yeah, when you're little, though, people call you jerk. Yeah, you little jerk and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go.
People called you Mike Jerk. I don't believe that.
I wouldn't do that. When I was little.
Do you have any name? All right, what's like the long shot
think-
name? Right, because I'm sure you have a couple of favorites,
Well-
but what's the one that you're thinking of that would really make my life miserable?
This is if the Sixers lose, right?
Yeah, this is how confident. Not only do I have money bets on this team tonight, but I was willing to have my wife is unaware of this, and you know her, so Angela is unaware of this. But I think I could convince her if it was done on TV.
All right.
TV's.
I've had suggestions from viewers, and the one that leaps is Trey, because he will probably be the one to beat us. Trey Shander.
I actually like that.
See, Harry thinks it's a really good name, and he
Yeah.
thinks we could sell it to Angela because she's a golfer.
And
Trey,
3 is a good number for golfers. It means you birdied par 4s, you eagled par 5s, you parred a par 3. It's 3 is a great number.
But it will always remind you of the defeat, Eytan.
Yes, it will.
That's why it's a great name.
Barrett loves it. Barrett loves me squirming here with sweating this game out tonight.
How about this? The Sixers would be done. Name it after Chris Dunn. Name him after Chris Dunn. Just call him Dunn Shander.
D-U-double-N, like
yes.
R-double-N, Ron Culver.
Right. Dunn. D-U-N-N. Okay.
D-U-N-N.
That's going to be a little harder to sell than Trey. You know that, right?
Yeah.
What about Capella?
Capella Shander?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not bad. Is this supposed – here's the thing. Is this supposed to be you picking a name that you think will be great for the child and great for his life? Or is this you picking a name out of spite because I was so chest out that the Sixers are going to win that you're sending me a message?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Yes.
Right, because obviously this is spite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should be. Here's what
I don't give a rat's ass about this kid. I don't even know him.
Perfect. So you shouldn't be asking me about names. Get Harry and Barrett's input, because if there's anybody who's going to be cheering you on as you bury me with a name for my son for the next 80, 90, 100 years, God willing, he lives on this planet, they're going to be like, yes, Mike.
Okay.
Make him suffer.
How about this? Saturday, I will put together a list of maybe 5 names and put it on Twitter or Instagram. Let the masses decide. How's that?
I love it.
I mean, I'm thinking here, because it's not always about Atlanta. You could name the kid Tobias Shander, because maybe the real reason the Sixers end up losing is because Tobias Harris has another clunker game, or Ben Shander.
Oh, Ben Shander.
Ben Shander.
Whoa.
Shander. That's just BS.
Yes. His father's made a living on BS, and now his son is named Ben Shander.
Look, Shander's over there squirming right now.
We got to get Mike out of here, man.
Simmons Shander, double S.
Yeah.
Simmons Shander. There it is.
Wow.
If you really want to bury the kid, I'd have to move to Idaho with the name like Simmons Shander in this city.
Yes. Yes.
A lot of people are blaming Doc.
Yeah.
I saw that
Shander?
Doc Shander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, technically, his name is Glenn. So
Glenn Doc Rivers. Yeah.
Do we go Doc and just name him Doc, or Glenn Shander?
Yeah.
Glenn Shander. That sounds
DOC.
The DOC. There you go. Unbelievable, man.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
All
Well, I'll put the list
you,
together
Mike.
on Saturday, and
All right.
I'll be watching intently. I wasn't even going to watch the game, but now I'm all in.
Oh,
Right.
you are. And you're a Hawks fan. See, I've made
Yes.
you a Hawks
No
fan.
way. You can also name him Hawk. Just Hawk.
No. He's a Jayhawks fan. Okay.
Oh,
He's a
that's
Kansas
right.
guy.
That's
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you, brother. We'll talk
You
soon,
got it,
and we
man.
can't wait to see that list.
By the way, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You'll see pictures, I'm sure.
Are you really having the child on Father's Day?
No, so my wife is going to be induced most likely late Sunday night, like 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock at night. in that range.
Okay.
It's her first time, so we don't anticipate the child coming till Monday. So hopefully, if all things go well, sometime like early Monday morning, 4 or 5 a.m., and then I can pop on from the hospital with the laptop.
Wow.
Say hello.
She was also induced 9 months ago, wasn't she? With what? Some kind of drug?
Foreign substance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that was under her. That was under her request.
Right.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, it was consensual. It was consensual.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
I had to sign off on it, Harry. Yes.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, Mike. Thanks.
Go
Get some
Sixers.
sleep. Yes,
There
sir.
we go.
I will.
We don't believe that for a second.
I tell you what, this show would be over if we had him on as a regular guest. At some point they would pull the plug.
Right. What are we doing?
I know.
They'd be asking, what are they doing?
I know.
I mean, come on.
Talk sports.
Oh man! Look, I thought there's a possibility my son may be named publicly on television. So you never know. That could be a big thing here.
But he is a guy. This show goes down rabbit holes. I mean, he is a rabbit hole guy.
He's
Oh,
the
no
king of
question.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like they brought a nun on this
Yeah.
morning to help bless the Sixers.
Right.
Do all this stuff. Think of the juxtaposition, right? Here I am sitting with like 6 different heavy tickets tonight betting on the Sixers. And then she comes on and is like, okay, the Lord is going to be with the basketball tonight as Ben Simmons takes these free throws. I'm like, look, I just need a money line victory. That's all I care about. I don't care what the score is. I don't care what the spread is. Just win the god bleeping game.
Right.
You talk about a juxtaposition and a half.
Wow.
Now, we do have odds for the new Boston Celtics and Dallas Mavericks and Indiana Pacers and New Orleans Pelicans and Orlando Magic and Portland Trailblazers and Washington Wizards. Next, coach.
Bro, at this point, going into this game tonight, can you imagine, Harry, can you imagine the text we're going to get?
Oh, I know. I think I might just shut my phone off.
Look, if the Sixers lose tonight, my life is significantly altered.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to accept that.
I may just DVR the Sixers game and watch it on Saturday and just watch the golf and turn my phone off.
Not a bad plan.
Because we don't have a show till Monday anyway.
Right. That's not a bad plan in general.
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine what we're going to be getting?
Oh.
Everywhere from tacos to
the incoherency that we get on a typical night is off the charts.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's talking
buzzards.
about. Yeah. I wish these texts could become public.
You never know.
And you see how I just said, what are we talking about now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know what you're watching either. You could be watching another comedy. Were you back at the comedy club last night?
No, I was just in the garage, man. I was in the garage,
just
grinding it out. I had my fan. I have a big, one of them industrial fans in my garage, so I had that on, and it was blowing all the mosquitoes away. The mosquitoes was tearing me up at first. I turned my fan on, no more mosquitoes, man. So that's your tip. That's your tip for today. Get your industrial fan when you're outside enjoying your backyard. If you don't want to get eaten up by mosquitoes, turn a fan on. They can't get to you.
Well, no, wait. You said you were in the garage, so you had the garage door open, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure there are no fumes and all.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I guess you're welding in there. You can't have that in an enclosed space.
So you get to smelling that stuff, man. That stuff is cancerous. It says on the thing cancerous. What the hell am I doing? It says cancerous on it. I'm in there. Whatever, man. Whatever. Just made me think about it.
Well,
can't mess the fumes, though.
No.
Well, now you have odds on the new. I didn't realize there were that many coaches in the NBA that.
Well, Brooks is gone.
Well, yeah, but I forgot that Stotts is out in Portland.
Yep.
Wow.
He's going to get another job. This is going to be a major carousel of guys, getting fired and they'll get hired elsewhere. Because I think Stotts has got a pretty good reputation.
I do too. I was pretty surprised at. Yeah, I mean, he's high on. Where did I see him? He's 3rd for Dallas. He's 1st for Indiana. He's a 2-1 favorite at Indiana.
Okay. I guess they just view it out in Portland. Look, we've gotten this far every time with this lineup and this coach. We've got some stars on this team. You got to change something.
Yeah, well,
right?
if the odds-on favorite is the coach and Mike D'Antoni, I don't know what they're going to
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. Why is anybody still enamored with him?
I don't get it.
Really?
I have zero idea why Mike D'Antoni would be a top. Like, it's one thing to have him on the bottom to fill out these lists.
Yeah, he's got a good agent.
Right, great agent.
Yeah.
Great agent.
No, I think you're right. You might be onto something.
Yeah,
Jamal Mosley is the odds-on favorite in Dallas.
Wasn't he favored to come here also?
Mosley?
No, D'Antoni.
Oh, yeah. Well,
At one point.
he was an assistant here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea was that they would fire Brett Brown and hire him instead.
Yeah.
Now, Jamal Mosley, not the most famous Mosley, right? The most famous Mosley has to be from Midnight Run. Alonzo Mosley, FBI.
Matino
Or
Mosley.
Sugar Shane.
Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you Shane Mosley as
Yeah.
two. No, that was Mobley. Catino Mobley was cut.
Mobley, okay.
Yeah. Mosley is isn't it Alonzo Mosley, FBI, where De Niro takes over? Right? Yeah.
Midnight. Yeah.
Now it's spelled different, I think. No, it's spelled the same way. He's the great agent, right? And he's tracking him, and then De Niro steals his identity. He's making it that he's Alonzo Mosley to get on there. It's a great movie. What an underrated movie, huh? Charles Grodin.
Yeah, he passed away not too long ago.
That's right.
Charles Grodin.
When did he die? Do you remember?
I think maybe like 2-3 months ago. Kind of a stunner out of nowhere.
No, you're right. Now,
I don't know much about this Jamal Mosley. Was he an assistant with Dallas?
yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like there would be a natural progression there.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Luka Doncic would endorse it. So there you go.
Well,
You got to have the key player now endorse the
there's a
coaching
lot of
candidate.
concerns about what's going on there. Down.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like the GM, right?
Yeah, well, they got rid of people, and apparently players don't like him. There's a whole. It's amazing what happens, right? You go from the league darling to you lose, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Well, I got a problem with him. I got a problem with that."
Mhm.
It's ridiculous, but I don't know.
Well, I have a feeling that the Sixers are going to pull it out. I don't know what makes me think that, because I guess I'm just leaning on the idea that Embiid is going to have one of his all-timers again tonight, and he's going to get to the free throw line 15, 16 times. He's going to make 12, 13 of them, whatever, and they're going to win. I don't know if they cover the number, but they're going to win the game and force a game 7.
I can see that. Look, I have
Toughest game's the closeout game, man, and
yeah, but
I give a lot of respect to the. I've probably been the one that's given Atlanta the most respect coming into this series on this show. So
Absolutely.
I really, I kind of like that team, but I just don't know that they have it in them yet to close out a team like the Sixers if the Sixers play anywhere close to where their level is, even if it's at home.
I would agree to that. I would definitely agree to that.
Tobias Harris has got to score 22 points.
I think that's bare minimum. You want to see his Barrett asked earlier, you want to see his props tonight?
Yeah, I do.
I'd be curious to know what they are, but
well, I'm just curious. Like,
yeah,
I agree with you where if you believe the Philadelphia 76ers are winning tonight, then Tobias Harris has to go over the 21.5 that he's listed.
Oh, it is 21.5. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah. But think about it. It's juice to the under. Now that's an offline. And here's why it's off is because we all believe the Philadelphia 76ers are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
yeah, and I'm not being a homer by that. Okay. I really believe that they're going to win the game.
Well, I feel as though this might be one of those outright games. They're going to have to win it outright. Leave no type of will to win in the third quarter. They're going to have to, because that team. I mean, the Hawks just know how to score too well, especially at the end of the game. So I don't see at this point them. If they don't just totally close the door on them, they'll lose again. They got to totally close the door on them.
Atlanta knows now that they're not going to fear being down 14 going into the fourth quarter.
0.
Seriously. But the big guy can't run out of gas.
Yeah.
You know, and start settling for these bad jump shots and stuff because he's tired.
That's why, I mean, where look, Curry's at 15.5. I would just stay away from that. It's too volatile of a guy to bet on coming off of two big performances in this series. But I do believe that Tobias Harris is a great, like, that's attacking the number and the value, right? Like, you see that and think, all right, there's no way the Philadelphia 76ers win this basketball game without Tobias Harris being the lead or second leading scorer tonight.
Yes, you're right.
Correct.
Okay. So let's build off of that. Then you have a bet staring right at you that says over 21.5 points.
I would take the over.
Money.
Yeah.
At even money. Boy. Now let's look here. There was one that I really like. Ben Simmons over. Again, same scenario here where Simmons could be hacked. Simmons could be taken out of the game, but he's still, if the Sixers are winning, this is not give the ball to Embiid, let the clock run down 10, 15 seconds and let him shoot it. If the Sixers are beating the Hawks, Simmons is going to be facilitating all over the place. So I have him over 8.5 tonight, assist. Now, look, the number, again, I'm attacking the number here at plus 112. I don't know how normally in a situation where Simmons kind of has to play, you're going to get that type of value going over that number. It's a big number. I get it. But I feel like that, you know, I'm good with that.
Well, he's had 9, 9, 7, 7, and 10 thus far in this series. The 10 was in game 1 in the loss.
Now,
last 2 games, he's had 9.
All right, so he's hovering. He's hovering.
It's a pretty good number.
I bet this. I didn't just bring this up. I bet this for Barrett. All right, this is the Barrett Brooks special of the night. You don't have many. Look, the value isn't fantastic, but every now and again, you lay a little juice to make sure that you could win something. Shake Milton over a half 3 minus 115.
Oh, Barrett would go over on that.
I'm over. I'm already in over.
You got to be over on that.
I told you I'm locked in over.
Barrett thinks that number's way too low. He'd probably bet over 2.5.
Doggone right, I'd go ahead.
Just making sure.
Yeah, he's got you.
All right,
what about a total play, Eytan, on the game? It's sitting at 221.5.
Yeah, it's over that key number, 221.
Now explain to the folks why that is a key number.
Just a number that games finish at a lot, right? So you try and take like 2 and 3. Football's 3, 7, and 10.
Right.
7, 3, 10, I guess technically in there. So it's just using a lot of it as margin of victory for 2, 3, 6, 5. Like the key numbers I look at in the NBA for lines are 2, 3, 5, 6, and then anything above 9, like 9 plus, because it's all about possessions. Where if you're beating a team by 8, 9 points, or really more than 9 points, and there's 20 seconds left, they're just going to run the clock out. Like nobody's coming in there trying to dice somebody up for, a final. It's just like, man, let's go home. Let's go home.
Nobody's fouling, putting somebody at the line to try to get a 3-pointer at the other end.
Right. But if you're down 5 or 6 points,
well, then it's within reach.
And you're challenged, right? So, and a lot of times what you do is you just look at where these games end. So 221 and 221.5, you see a lot of these games, the 109, 110, 111 range for scoring. So that's all it is. It's just looking at. Now, personally, I don't know. I think the best way to attack the Sixers has been, because they've been super successful, even on the road, but the best place to attack the Sixers is the first quarter total. And this is what I did. And I'll explain what I've done real quick. I will take a quick one on the network here. We're back in 3 on Sports Map Radio. So this is how I played the Sixers. All right. I take the first quarter total and I go under. And I'm looking for it right here. Do you have a first quarter total? I don't have it up on the book that I'm looking at right now.
No.
I have a money line and win margin. So it's off the board right now. That's fine. It'll come back up 56.5, 57.5. Maybe if you're lucky, because the first quarter last time was super high scoring, you can get it at 58.5. But this is what you do. You go under the first quarter money line. Anything in that range, 56.5 to 58.5, go under. More than likely, you're going to win that bet. If you don't, and this is what happened last time, this is how you make it up and then some. You immediately, as soon as that first quarter is coming to an end, you will see a line for the second quarter total. Pound the under. I'm saying if it happens to go over the first quarter,
you go opposite.
Yes, you go opposite, and you also go, because it's going to be really high, you go under first half points. So you can make up what you lose in the first quarter by going under second quarter and under first half points. It's all live. Look, live betting is designed for us. It ain't designed for the books.
Yeah.
So we should be taking advantage of it. That's all.
I just want to sit back and watch the game.
It's impossible. I got 20 DFS lineups tonight. I've got 10 tickets tonight. You know who I am? You know who I've become? I've become that guy who was playing fantasy football and having like so many lineups.
Yeah.
That you were playing guys on your team going up against guys you had in another league, and it just makes it impossible.
All this conflict of interest. Yeah.
I can't watch sports anymore, Harry. I'm done.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm done. I'm out. What else you got?
Well, my golf lineup is not doing all that well. Ryan Palmer was awful yesterday. +5. Hovland was +3.
Jeez.
Yeah. Kokrak +2.
Yeah, you can't mess with that crack.
I was looking at the cut might actually be +2.
Crack, huh?
Joey Crack. It's a shame that his name isn't Joe or Joseph, because we could call him Joey Crack. But such is life.
Yeah, the projected cut is +2.
All right, let's go.
Matsuyama's now +5 for the day. He was 2 under yesterday.
Yeah.
What a donkey.
I don't see how those guys play that for a living.
I thought I got in Ustays in winner. Top 20. Okay. Yeah,
I have him in a matchup. That's what I took him against Scheffler.
I tell you, my Matsuyama top Asian is not looking good. Huh?
No, not right now, huh?
No. And what the hell happened? Victor Hovland. Jesus. Way too much public money on
Well,
him.
he has yet to tee off for his second round. So.
Yeah, but I mean, he's coming in 7 off.
Well, the lead. I just want him to make the cut so he has a chance to 2 more days to whittle away at that.
Fair enough. I built a mini tower around him, so I have top 5, 10, and 20. Look, the 5. These bets are all low percentage, so like I want something out of it, right? Like Carlos Ortiz shot 4 over, but you know I got him in that 3 ball with Lanto Griffin I think was 5 over, and then the other guy was also 4. So you know. That's all. I just wanted Ortiz to compete, right? Lowry was the big thing. Like, what the hell? Molinari was putting everything.
Yeah. Freaking Justin Rose sucked.
Well, did you have anything on him?
He was 7 over yesterday. Now he's 3 over today, so he's +10. Oh, my God. He's in third last place.
Wow. Okay. Well, here we have it. We are looking right now, at least. You are looking live. Now, Chris is going to join us coming up, so we can get back to this.
Yeah, 12:40.
Yeah, 12:40.
I sent him the link.
Okay, good. And we also have, as you know, a pretty big basketball game. So we talked about Ben Simmons. This could be his last game. Is anybody going to miss him? Like, here's the thing: are you going to feel worse about losing Carson Wentz or Ben Simmons at the end of next year's respective seasons, right? I want you to take a second and think about this. Carson Wentz just went over to Indianapolis. He's back with his boy in Frank Reich, and they have a pretty good team. They have a team that made the playoffs last year, should make the playoffs again. Who the hell knows when you get in the tournament?
Right.
You also have Ben Simmons, who very easily could go to a contender, could go to a team that's right back in the playoffs as well. And if there isn't the same stress on score 20 plus a night, maybe he is a third
he'll be Iguodala.
Yes,
Iguodala. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be looking at that in hindsight. Like, man, they just paid Ben to be a 1, even though he's not a 1.
Right. I never bemoaned losing Iguodala, and I won't bemoan losing Simmons.
So your answer is
because he's never going to become what I want him to become here.
No,
that's the way I look at it. And
being realistic.
I came to that 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he'll never become that in the NBA.
What's that?
Sorry,
What?
Barrett. I was just going to say he'll never become that in the NBA. Like you're not
Right.
going to have to worry about Ben Simmons going somewhere else.
No, I know.
at
He'll never
24.
become. I know, but it would never happen here either. So I couldn't care less about him.
Okay.
I mean, I had hoped that he would be like a Jason Kidd who just developed into a scorer at the end part of their career. He's not going to do that. He's not going to want to do that.
No, and Kidd is an anomaly though, right?
Right.
You're right. It would have been nice for him. Here's what I want, which is never going to happen, because I think you're right, where we should set this goal as like you should work to become Jason Kidd, right? Like as Barrett said, you should work to become that. I totally agree. But I think in reality, it should be like, yo, dude, you should work to become a 58 to 62% free throw
shooter.
Yeah. Like I would.
Is that too much to ask?
NFL, but how about I just get in shape first?
Right.
Like, I think it's like, yeah, I'd love him to be Jason Kidd, but how about you just make 1 out of 2 free throws as a lock?
Jeez. I know. It's pathetic to have to break it down to something like that.
Set your bar so low.
Yeah.
Of a guy with a max contract, a superstar in his own mind.
Yeah.
That we just want him to hit free throws. I mean, it's sad that we say that Shaq is a better free throw shooter than he is.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong to say that?
Everybody except Ben Wallace in the history of basketball is a better free throw shooter than him, Barrett Brooks.
Well, Chan, leave it to you to just put everything in perspective.
That's
crazy.
How about when we had what's his name on yesterday? Laffy?
Yes.
Oh, Laffy, yeah.
And I read that out of Newbeck's article that he had a lower usage rate than Danny Green, who doesn't even play. He was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not making it up.
And here's the thing. That's astounding because you wouldn't think of that. And here's Laffy, who is like a lot of the NBA stuff that they do on Awesemo, and usage rate is like a huge thing for fantasy, for DFS. Right. And it's almost like you wouldn't even think to know that, because how could that even be humanly possible?
Yeah, I don't even know how you calculate usage rate.
Unbelievable. Speaking of which, we got to get some lineups in, man. We got to get some lineups. All right.
Jesus. Does it ever stop?
Telling you, man. I just keep clearing winning tickets in order to pay for the DFS losses. But DFS is like betting golf.
Yeah.
You hit one winner, you're set for the year. Seriously, you hit one winner pre-tournament and you're good.
DFSs?
Huh?
What is it? What
Daily fantasy.
Daily fantasy. So it's like, NBA. So there's NBA stuff going on. Last night was rough. Everybody's playing the same game. It's all the same game. Not all the same gang, but we're all in the same game. You remember that song?
Yeah.
Sure?
I do
Come
not.
on. It was West Coast Rap All-Stars.
Yeah, the West Coast, yep.
Now, you had a bunch of people in that group. You could still buy that single, right?
No, I don't know if I'd want to buy it, but yeah.
12-inch maxi? I think, look, not
Tyrese.
You had Ice in there. You had Ice-T in there.
Yeah, you had the whole crew.
Yeah.
You had the whole damn crew. Everybody was in that song. All right, now E-Bomb's going to join us coming up. Before that, is there anything else that we have forgotten here about this game tonight? Look, I think we all want this team to get up, but my goodness, is everybody going to be okay with the 10, 12, 4? Like, is everybody going to be okay with this lead? You kind of have to be, right?
What do you mean with this lead?
I don't
know what. I'm not following you.
What lead you talking about?
Sixers get up.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm never okay with a lead with them.
Well, I'll be now.
In the NBA, everybody goes on a run, and this Sixers team, whether it's Embiid goes to the bench, because that's now happening again. When he sits on the bench and Dwight Howard comes in, the lead goes away.
Well, they have to leave their starters in, and there lies one of my gripes with Doc. We can no longer have 8-minute periods where no starters on the court. Period. We can't have that.
Or 4 subs and Tobias.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Well, that's a shame because we came into this playoffs and we felt good about the bench in the Wizards series. Now all of a sudden that's gone away.
Yep. Right.
George Hill looks like he's 48 years old now.
Like we should really be like in a great state of mind right now because we should be resting after this game tonight. We should be resting and going into the next series with only a healthy KD out there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We should be feeling good about this, but instead we're fighting for our lives.
It's amazing, man, just to see how this turn of events happened. And the problem isn't like, okay, what do they need to do? Think about it. It's not even so much of what needs to change, all this stuff ahead of a time. They came out in the last 2 games and they were up 18 and 26.
Yeah.
So clearly they're doing something right. Clearly they have a game plan that's working. It's just they're breaking down in historic fashion.
Yep.
And I mean, again, like that's a feel, right? Isn't that a feel thing where it's like, okay, something's happening in game. You have to stop or you have to change the direction of it.
And that's a doc thing, isn't it?
I would think, yes, it's a lot of a doc thing. But again, though, Barrett, like in a minute or so that we have here, I don't know how you prepare for that. If you've blown multiple leads each week out there on a Sunday, you could say all you want to yourself in the mirror. You could say all you want to the guy next to you. But at some point, doesn't it just creep in?
Well, not only does it creep in, but it also gives the team that you're playing against like, off. I don't care if we're down 50.
Right.
We can still come back. We can still beat this team. This team can't close.
Mm-hmm.
So it changes their mindset also. Then you got the little punk and
don't
Trey
call him
Young.
a punk, man.
Yeah, see, that's what's fueling this. It's not
don't call him a punk. I'd love that kid on my team. You kidding me?
I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous.
I know you are.
I'm jealous, man. I am so jealous. I
You told every guest we had on this week that you wanted to, you'd have Ben punch him in the face.
I know. He should. Right in the face, right in the nose. Pow. Just bloody his nose. Knock his hair straight.
You know, Ben can't punch anybody in the face because he's doubled over because he got kneed in the you-know-where.
Right. Doesn't have that ability to do it.
Yeah,
no. Yeah. It hampers you significantly.
It's hard to throw a punch.
Yeah. I did just take a flyer on the Sixers -5. Got some pretty good odds on that. So
what were the odds? Plus?
No, -5.
No, I mean saying what were the odds on that then?
Oh, yes. So Sixers -5 is +115.
Okay. I was going to say plus 110. But
no, I can do that. All right. We'll chat with Chris coming up. More on the middle here. All right. We are back in 3.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
In the Wildwoods, our free beaches are spacious and welcoming with plenty of room to spread out. Your seat will be waiting for you when you're ready to visit. The Wildwoods, creating cherished family memories for generations.
Attention women of South Jersey and the Delaware Valley. Sign up right now with Our Lady NRA instructor Nayara Andrzak, who will teach you gun safety as part of this 3-hour safety class, which is being held at Delaware Valley Sports Center in Philadelphia. For information, drop an email to info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. That's info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. Learn the fundamentals at Delaware Valley Sports Center. You can't miss.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out Book It Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the Book It Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the Book It Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
There he is.
Oh, Harry, what's up? What's happening?
What's going on, Chris?
What's up, bro?
Hey, Barrett, nice to meet you, man.
Meet Barrett Brooks.
Nice.
Now, it's Exusion? Is that how it?
Exusion.
Exusion. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
At Chris E-Bomb on Twitter.
Yep. We got Rory looking good, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's hanging around.
I didn't think he looked that good in those off yellow pants yesterday.
Yeah,
though.
I can agree with that. Hey, Tom, what's up?
What's up, Chris?
How you doing, man?
I'm well, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good.
Good. Harry was raving about being on the show.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Good.
Off the tee.
Yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, here we go.
Brooks and Harry Mays.
All right, we are back, and we are joined by Chris Exusion, right? I'm sure I put
Exusion.
Exusion. Sorry, I
Yeah.
had an extra K in there. I apologize. Chris Exusion is on Twitter at Chris E-Bomb, right? Am I getting it right now?
You got that right.
Everything's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
Off the tee, man. It's
Yes.
the show. It's at OTT matchups on Twitter.
OTT bets.
And
Well,
tackle the
also with
board
us on the
all over
game.
the place.
Yeah. Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler.
Yep.
Heat Ratio Sports, doing stuff with Tony and beyond. So anything else, right? Tackle the board, I see.
Yeah, tackle the board for football during that time. And OTT bets. I usually put out a lot of golf bets for the most part. So good to go.
Awesome. And I know you're on, as far as the channel, with Sean as well on Fox Sports Radio. All three of us in separate capacities are on the channel, as you know, too. So it's nice every time that we can spread the wealth on what we're all doing in different capacities. So where to begin, my friend? Where to begin was yesterday. I don't know if you had Russell Henley, FRL, but what was the biggest surprise, I guess, in round one for you?
I think it was Matt Wolf at the end of the day, a guy that pretty much quit for the entire season because of, just being exhausted, I guess. I talked with Harry with this before. I don't know, 21 years old. And he's just like, oh, I'm just tired and exhausted. And I just found that pretty funny. But he finally came out.
Making bogeys make you tired.
Yeah,
that's what makes you tired.
I make plenty of those, so I'm kind of used to it.
I'll take a bogey.
I know. I might tear it with you, Barrett.
So no, but I mean, like, how about the way the course played? I mean, you're looking at some of those holes, like the 12th hole is a bear, and a lot of guys made birdie on that hole. I think there were some pretty advantageous pin placements yesterday.
Oh yeah, hole 3, that par 3 was out of control. The pin was right next to the bunker in that rough, so you had to hit it on that rough to get a roll right there. But you had like Brooks hitting it off of the course, and of course Bryce drained it everywhere. It was no one could really hit that green except for like Matsuyama. Now the wheels are off the bus on him now. So
yeah, today
this is a tough course.
I tell you, I was watching most of the night and watching Bryson yesterday. I mean, I couldn't miss a shot. I know he was making bogeys but I'm telling you, I found it very, very compelling yesterday.
Well, he's made for the U.S. Opens. I mean, he bombs it, and then he's good out of that rough, and he's always bringing a crowd with him. He's talking to himself. He's very appealing. I mean, he'd love-hate relationship, if you will, but Bryson is definitely much-watched TV. And then on top of that, when Brooks is getting interviewed, he's jumping in and
he photobombed him
and everything. He's just sticking the needle in a little deeper.
It's a great feud, though, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, absolutely.
It never stops, son. It never stops.
No.
All right. So what did you make of Louis Oosthuizen? I know I talked with you on your show that I had him in a matchup. You said I was going to have to make a big sweat on that. If Louis keeps playing like he's playing, he could win this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a good look by you. I believe he has the Grand Slam of second places at
Yes,
Major.
he does.
So, I mean, he's primed for this kind of course. Scotty Scheffler has just been putting out of his mind. Besides that, he's in the negative in strokes gained tee to green. So the putter's been saving him, and he's +1. I think he's on his way out. So you might be coasting this a little quicker than I thought.
Do you think the cut's going to stay at 2? Do you think this could move?
I think you could get to 3, but 2, if a couple guys end up playing pretty well, I'm kind of Justin Thomas is at that +2 right now. I have him missing the cut over 3-1 right now, and then I love the matchup play against Rory McIlroy where I was laying -120. So those were kind of 2 bets I liked to get some good value there. So yeah, I'm hoping it goes to 2, so at least JT can get out of there.
Yeah, and just trying to look at where we are and taking advantage of, you mentioned JT, just trying to look at somebody who you anticipate making a push that hasn't teed off yet. Is there anybody that's kind of hovering, maybe 1 under even or even 1 over? Not that there's a ton to look at that you anticipate using today as an opportunity to make a push.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I got a guy -1, Matthew Fitzpatrick. He hasn't won yet on tour. He's currently 33-1 right now. So you still have some good value if you want to get into the game right now. I'm looking at his stats right now. He's a little bit negative with his putting right now, but he's usually typically a really good putter. So I expect that to be a lot better. And his approach numbers are outrageous. He ranks right now in the field, 4th in approach shots, 2nd tee to green, 3rd in greens in regulation. His driving distance has been good. His boy's 310 yards driving distance. He loves these big stages. And I think at 33-1, I think that's unbelievable value right now in the game.
Didn't you jump on Spieth today too, who was 6 over yesterday, but he's 2 under on the day already today?
I actually
had him in a matchup. Yeah,
I liked him in a matchup today against Scotty Scheffler.
Right.
He pretty much has been relying on the putter, and it looks like everything else is going haywire for the most part. If I just look at real quick what he did for the first round, yeah, he's over 4 strokes gained putting, which is outrageous. He's -2 off the tee, and it's just like a little over -2 on strokes gained tee to green. So he's not really playing well. He's driving accuracy is 35%, so he's hitting it in that rough constantly. So he's having a long first round, and I don't expect it to get any better.
I need a question here, Chris.
Yeah.
Answered as far as which one of my 2 punts is going to have a better day or really tournament, assuming that they each make the cut, which I am not right now.
Okay.
So most likely they're both going to miss the cut. But, look, I get it that he co-wins the 3-ball that he was in with Ortiz. Looking at Carlos Ortiz coming in now through 5, so he's 6 over. Wow, he must have imploded. He's 2 over on the day. But also looking at Kim as well, Chan Kim there. So is either one of these guys have a shot to make the cut? Let's start there.
You talking about Carlos Ortiz and Kim Chang, or are you talking about Siwoo Kim?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, the latter. I apologize.
Okay, so you said Siwoo Kim, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Siwoo Kim. He's pretty sporadic for the most part, but right now his numbers, he's been great off the approach, off the tee. He's been pretty decent as well. He's actually been driving the ball 92% accuracy, which is outrageous for him. So I think he should be able to make the cut. I think he'll stay a little, even keel for the most part. So I will go with Siwoo Kim there.
All right. Just curious.
A couple of guys I know that were pretty heavily bet. Colin Morikawa and Max Homa got off to really rough starts. Do you anticipate? Would you wager on those guys rallying today to make the cut?
It's going to be tough. I mean, if we get to that +3 range, I think Colin Morikawa could be that kind of guy that could do it. Max Homa is a guy that I originally liked for top 40, but I just don't think he's going to play that well at all. So it doesn't really look like it for the most part. He just really isn't doing anything right, Max Homa. -4 putter. I mean, that could turn around a little bit, but just the driving distance isn't there for him. So I would say Colin Morikawa's got a shot if they get to that +3, maybe +2.
Man, yeah, let's see. Any top 20s? You still live here, you think? Let's see. Harry, I know you had a couple.
Yeah, well, Berger, I have top 20, and I know Chris didn't like that, but he shot even par yesterday.
I can't imagine Ortiz at +380 is going to cash.
And then Charlie Hoffman, I got top 20 still, so he's even par.
Yeah, I have him top 20 as well. We had Kokrak top 20.
Yep, I also have that as well.
Now, Chan Kim was actually who I was talking about. I apologize. Not Steve.
All right, no problem. So Chan Kim, let me just look at him real quick.
You got to keep your Kim straight, man.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Chan Kim. Carlos Ortiz versus Chan Kim and either one of these guys struggling to make the cut. That's what I was looking at. But let's
Lil Kim.
No, not Lil Kim. Although at this point, I'd rather have Lil Kim putting than Chan Kim. So Victor Hovland, what the hell went wrong, and how does he correct it? Because a lot of us have money on him in some capacity.
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of the betting public has money on Hovland, rightfully so, because he's been like a top 10 machine for the most part. So what I'm looking at is his approach game has still been pretty good, but his accuracy hasn't been that good. So he's typically a really accurate driver of the ball, and he does drive it pretty well. So I think if he gets that more accurate part of going for his driver, I think he should turn it around. I mean, it is only +3. It's not the worst case scenario. This tournament right now, what are you at? Like -4 for the lead right now? Let me see where we're at right now. -4. Yeah. Guys already dropping anyway. So it's like they're going to all be around this 4 or 5 range. And +3, you can make still a little bit of a move. Hovland doesn't care a lot of the times. He's pretty happy-go-lucky, and he can go on birdie streaks. So he might be a guy that like take a very, very small flyer on him. Maybe he could make some noise. This might be the best value you might get for him.
All right. Do you think Phil Mickelson rallies and makes the weekend?
Let me see what he's currently at right now.
He's 4 over, I believe. He hasn't teed off yet. Yeah.
Let me see. Phil.
I caught some of his round earlier yesterday.
You bought some of his round? Yeah, I could possibly see him making the cut. I mean, he right now +4. You could get around that +2. He's been pretty accurate with the driver, which is unphil-like. So
I really thought he made a mistake on 13, the par 5, which was his 4th hole of the day. He drives it into the first cut, a good line, the first cut. He goes for it with that 2-wood. I'm like, why are you pressing here this early in this round? He puts it into a bush, has to take an unplayable, made bogey on the par 5. That was a total mistake.
Yeah, he
way
didn't do
early
it for PGA Championship, that's for sure.
Right.
He was a lot smarter with his plays.
No question.
All right, here's the biggest question of the night. Okay,
right.
Chris. Will the 2-bet parlay of now, this was a live bet. This was not a pre-flop, pre-day 1 bet. Will the live play of Louis Oosthuizen first round leader that cashed at -111 parlayed with the -154 Sixers money line hit at the end of the night tonight?
Absolutely.
Because if it doesn't, then I'm done.
Yeah, so what's the deal with that exactly? What's going on with that bet?
Which bet? This bet specifically, or the bet?
No, as far as your Sixers bet, you have something on the line or something.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of pretty big tickets on the line.
No, not the tickets. He's talking about the name.
The name.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Jarrett, as you know, from 29 was just on, I don't know, about 45 minutes ago. And earlier in the series, when they won it was game 2. After they lost game 1, I was on and I said, look, I'm so confident that they're going to win game 2 that if they lose, you can do whatever you want. Like you can have a barber shave something crazy with my beard, like shave my beard off and I'll walk around with like a neck beard or something for a day or whatever it may be.
Beautiful.
So I tripled down and said, if the Sixers lose tonight, because I'm so confident and have so much behind it, Mike is going to name my child Monday morning when he arrives. We've given
I hate to do it
out.
to you. I hate to do it to you.
They're not going to lose, Barrett. You just went Bristol. E-Bomb just told you they ain't going to lose.
No, this is only game 6. You're not saying the entire series, right?
No. Right. Okay. And that was the misconception earlier, which is I said game 2 like I'm saying game 6. No, look. Sixers winning tonight would help me out a lot. All right. Now, we'll take a quick one here. Chris is going to hang with us until we wrap the hour. We're back in 3 on SportsMap Radio.
Yeah, they're -5 right now, right?
They bet up to -5.
They're up to 5.
No, let me check real quick.
I thought it was like 3.5.
3.5. Okay, let me check real quick.
Boy,
3. It's 3. I see 3 now. Okay.
And Chris, on your Twitter, it says, because you're saying it's OTT bets.
OTT bets. Yeah,
it says on your Twitter OTT matchups. You might want to edit.
Yeah, I'll
that.
check. I'll fix that up. Yeah, I didn't get to that, I guess, but yeah, I'll fix that up.
Man, all I needed was Madison Keys to just win this 3rd set, and she'll cover the 3.5.
Bruder was saying Madison Keys. Is she on Brazzers? That sounds like a Brazzers name.
That's good Brazzers knowledge right there.
Yeah, it really is.
I would not know at this point.
Not Madison Blues. You know that song? George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Madison Blues?
No.
Probably not. It's a little.
That's not the.
It's from like 1977.
Oh, okay.
That's not Pastor Blue Jeans. Right?
No, It's on the same record with 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer.
Okay.
You know that tune?
Yes, everybody knows that. That's like the biggest, like that's the song that everybody knows Thorogood for, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless
Or
you're
I Drink Alone. That's another big one.
Okay. That's yours, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's your go-to.
That's it.
Let me put on a little Now, have you ever here's the thing, Chris.
Yeah.
Have you ever finished dead last in any of the fantasy year-longs that you've played in, and B, suffered a fate like this individual who is spending a day's worth of time at the Waffle House?
No, I don't think I ever got dead last. I've probably been close to dead last at times, but no, I never got into those crazy bets of like having to wear a dress or doing something of that sort, like going around on Broad Street or whatever. But
no, that's the thing. Like, I thought that was kind of old. Like, are people still doing that? Oh, you got to wear a dress at the bar or something like that. I know people aren't going out as much anymore anyway, but isn't that? Like,
yeah, I think people still do like those bets kind of things, but maybe not that extent anymore. I think everything's on social media now of like things, so that's probably about it.
All right, just curious. And Waffle House, I mean, that's not like, depending on where you are in the country, Waffle House could be a step up as far as where you're going out to eat.
Yeah, in Virginia probably.
Well, I think he's kind of Mississippi, this dude too.
Good job.
There could be something on that. All right, you got any good tips on who to roster tonight in this short 2-game slate in the NBA? Trying to move away for some heavy ownership here.
Oh, okay. And maybe you might get lucky with a little Korkmaz action. Maybe he goes off for like 12 for you.
Boy, that would be beautiful.
Wow, they could really use it too.
14 points from Furkan Korkmaz. That might break the slate.
That Furkan ice.
That Furkan ice.
Corky Romano over there. What a guy.
Yes.
Need a little shake though, man. You gotta get a little shake.
You're listening to The Middle on the Sportsmap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
I know we're a long ways away, but it's something that you do, especially when the season comes back around, Chris. So final couple of minutes before we wrap the show. Barrett was on record at 11. He's backed it down to 9. I think I am still on record at 6, and Harry is somewhere in between myself and Barrett, 7. Do you have an idea right now where the Philadelphia Eagles will finish when it's all said and done this year?
They got that extra game this year, correct, too,
Correct.
Right?
17.
17?
Yep.
Which doesn't, and I know it's against the Jets, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win it either.
No, not at all. I like that 6 number. I'll be honest with you. I'm right there with you at 6.
Shame on you, bro. Shame on you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't bet with my heart.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yes,
Barrett is heart first.
Yes, we're bringing a sharp on Barrett. He's not here with hit you with emotion.
You got to take emotion out of it.
Now I'm looking at I'm looking at the
I hope I'm wrong.
You know when I'm looking at you guys now, I see you two are the same person, man. So it's terrible. All you think about is the numbers and the money. The numbers and the money. That's all you think.
What
about.
else is there?
Seriously, entertainment.
You're right.
Seriously.
I mean, there's a sense of heart in it, and
Wait a second. Hold on a second. We are a country that needs we need incentives to donate money to charity. You need to dump ice on you or go to some $300 a dinner black tie gala just to donate money to charity. Everything is incentivized in this country with money. So spare me on that holier than thou crap.
Am I the lone heart in this whole
Yes.
4 box?
Yes.
The only one.
I think Barrett looks at it as like, man, all those years I was, just toiling away in the NFL, working my tail off. And it all comes down to with these fans is, whether we cover the point spread.
Yep.
That's it.
It's a dog eat dog
You know what? I guarantee you, Chris, Barrett is having some flashback walking off the field where the Steelers won by 3 and guys are yelling and screaming, "You suck!"
Yeah,
And he's like,
because they had him laying 4.5.
Exactly.
Bro, my rookie year, man. I mean, no, it was my second year in the league. We had lost to Dallas. We had been going to this restaurant, right around the corner from the vet. We've been going there for like 3 weeks straight.
How much
great
time
people?
Great. 50.
We got a little bit of time. And all of a sudden, I turn around, bam, we lose to Dallas. This old Italian lady comes out cussing me out. And I knew she was cussing me out because some of the words sound just like English words in Italian. She's cussing me. I'm like, what's going on? Well, her son came out and grabbed, oh, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? We're sorry. You know, I said, well, what happened? Well, they lost to Dallas. She lost 15 grand. So she's a little hot right now. I'm like,
15.
This lady like 80 years old.
Yeah.
Bet 15 grand.
That was Tony Bruno's mom.
Yeah.
Mama Bruno.
Amazing.
Back there.
Chris, thank you, brother.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Chris
Glad to finally
Ebom
get
on Twitter.
Yep.
Appreciate you, bro.
Following him and you
Hey,
can
nice
see
meeting
he's
you,
doing
Barrett.
awesome
Yep, nice
stuff.
meeting you,
We'll
too.
have you back on for sure, Chris. Thank you.
All
man.
right, no problem. Thanks, guys.
You got it. That's good stuff, man. See? All right. Overtime coming your way next. Thank you, Ron Culver. Have a great weekend.
Double in.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
In the Wildwoods, our free beaches are spacious and welcoming with plenty of room to spread out. Your seat will be waiting for you when you're ready to visit. The Wildwoods, creating cherished family memories for generations.
Attention women of South Jersey and the Delaware Valley. Sign up right now with Our Lady NRA instructor Nayara Andrzak, who will teach you gun safety as part of this 3-hour safety class, which is being held at Delaware Valley Sports Center in Philadelphia. For information, drop an email to info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. That's info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. Learn the fundamentals at Delaware Valley Sports Center. You can't miss.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out JAKIB Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the JAKIB Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the JAKIB Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
All right. Now, you guys are on your own next week.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I wanted to get into. So this is the announcement that we're going to be just the two of us for next week.
Yeah, I mean, whoever else you want to bring in and all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. We'll be able to handle this.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Sam?
no doubt in my mind that you are able to handle it.
I'm not
Xander's
so
gonna
sure.
do it.
I don't have that kind of confidence. To be honest with you.
Well, do you have enough confidence in Madison Keys to lay an even 100 on the money line to hedge me losing that minus 3.5?
Wow. I have more interest in the Black Keys. Love that band.
That's fine.
It's a good band.
Yeah, but they
I
have
got keys.
Coming in from overseas.
They just ripped off Jock Trap crap, right?
What do you mean?
Who's that?
The Black Keys?
Yeah.
No, they're all original, man. It's two guys from Ohio, I think. Been around for 10 years now.
Right.
Yeah. Your boy Paul Casey +3 for the day. So far.
He already did what I needed to do yesterday.
Oh, that's just a one-day thing for you?
Yeah, I was just jumping in on the 1-day 3 balls. No, but you
all
guys,
right.
yeah, so you'll have the two of you, bring on whoever you want, do whatever you want. Parles, golf people, football people, basketball people. I'll try and check it. Now I will be checking in. You know that, right?
Yeah, but what are we going to know when that happens, or is it just going to boom? There you are.
No, well, Xander Kraus, who is basically the executive producer of the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, who makes sure that Birds 365, Dan Cilio After Us, and us are all up and running, or other draft stuff that we do. So he's going to run the, like, if I'm ever late or if I'm here after you, then he'll pop you up. He creates the show. You're in good hands. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about the technical stuff. So yes, I will pop in every now and again just to see how things are.
Oh, okay.
From the hospital. All right.
From the hospital. What?
Yes.
What is she going to be there the whole week?
No, we'll be there for probably till about Wednesday, and then
Yeah?
yeah.
They keep you in there for that long after having a baby?
They get you in and out, bro. She'll have it on Monday.
Yeah, you're
y'all
gonna
will
be
be
back
out there
home.
about Tuesday night.
Wednesday. No, we already know it's Wednesday. We're there Monday, and then we're there Tuesday, and then we leave like super early Wednesday morning.
Wow.
So we have the full 48 with our insurance.
With your insurance, man, you got some great insurance.
She's a teacher.
Wouldn't you want to just be at home anyway?
Not necessarily. All right.
Yeah.
When you're Barrett will tell you that's the last time that she, at least me, I never do, but that's the last time she's going to really be able to sleep. So you take a lot of the delivered moms, right, who just deliver, a lot of them take advantage of all these extra hours. That's why they kick your ass out so early.
Well, look at John Sheldon. He said the same thing. They usually get you out in 48 hours, bro. Like, realistically,
I just said that I have 48 hours. Monday,
48 hours is 2 days.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday.
So she has them at 6 o'clock. You out of there by Tuesday night usually.
No. 48 hours from Monday.
Okay.
From like deliver is what happens, right? So when you deliver, you could be in birth for like 12 hours. So they don't start the clock when you first.
You should do a show while she's in labor, like from the hospital room.
I asked if
that would be actually incredible.
I did. I asked if she wanted.
You'd have a live birthing right here on the middle on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel.
Look, hey, babe, could you keep it down for a minute, please?
No, we need the sound. That adds to the whole ambiance of the thing.
I can see Eytan getting
great.
crushed.
I tried to bring a camera in there just to film it.
Yeah, of course, everything's got to be on film. Everything's got to be on camera.
Oh, what are the odds?
People film that. Like,
how are you going to make bets from the hospital?
Right. What are the odds? Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Come on, man. What do you think this is?
Well, who's doing your show on the other channel on Fox?
I'm off on Fox.
Well, don't they fill it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Joe Tanzi, or maybe they just go network. I don't know what they'll do. So I'm off on Fox. I'm off here. What else? That's pretty much it. Awesome. I'm off with
me and Harry are coming up there to support you, man. We're gonna do the show from up there.
Yeah, come do the show. You can do the show in my studio. Nobody,
Abington Hospital.
Yeah, you'll have to get through a couple. We have people rotating around here, so nobody just pops up unannounced. It's going to be very difficult for an individual to get in unannounced. But yeah, as long as I know,
you know who I am, man. Do you know who I am?
What do you mean it's going to be very difficult? What do you got? Security?
You never know, man. You never know. You never know what could happen here. I have people across the street looking out there with a little bit of.
Dude, I'll tell you what. This is the last 2 days of your life. Okay.
Yeah,
I just soak it up.
There it is.
I'm going to just hit and hold, as they used to say.
Are you going to go play golf tomorrow?
No, I haven't been able to play golf in a while.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be the last.
Remember when he told us a couple months ago about nothing's going to change?
Yeah.
No. But here's the thing: I've picked the reason why I haven't played golf is because I've picked up more work.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not because of like, oh my god, I can't do anything. It's just because I picked up more work. It would be really nice if Keys broke the serve right now, and I can get the hell out of here, out of Dodge, and end the week on a good night. But I don't know. Do you have any crazy stuff planned? You want to let everybody know what you have planned for next week without me?
No, I got nothing planned. I just found out about it.
Well, you knew I was gone. I emailed.
I didn't know when. There is no communication on this show, to be honest with you. Okay?
Besides the wrong communication.
Exactly. Yeah, there's zero.
A bunch of notice. When did I send that email out? Earlier.
What email?
Xander responded.
I didn't get no freaking email saying what dates you were going to be out.
Go back and check. Xander Kraus was the only individual on the chain.
I never hear from him.
Hold on.
No, but
Eytan,
he responded.
I read it. Well, it was basically addressed to him. It was basically for him anyways. It's like protocol on what are we going to do since you're not going to be here. That's all it was.
It was telling you exactly when I am off. Exactly. I gave you this.
And when was this?
It was all logistics. It was all logistics on well, how are we going to do the show? I think we should be off this station to do this station. All that.
So
stuff.
are we on Sports Map?
Well,
or
I
not?
don't believe so.
What?
It's going to be difficult to do that. But look, they're fine with it. I talked to Craig Larson down there.
So we're not, is what you're saying?
No. So it's going to be an easy. I don't know what they've decided, but I'm going to guess no, just because it's easier just to get you two up and have the show stream. And yes, I know, Anthony. Look at this.
Get him, Harry. Get him, Harry.
What?
Anthony's right. Nobody, not just Barrett. Now, Harry has been exposed as the middles Barrett Brooks.
All right, here we go. I just
email nothing.
I just found this.
All right.
Next week /strategy, but it's from Xander to you, Eytan.
No,
it's addressed to you.
Everybody else.
No, he said it, and Xander was the last person to respond. He was the only person.
He was the only person to respond. Now, look, Barrett Brooks is on there. Harry Mays is. Look, I'm not asking for a response. I'm just saying I told you ahead of time. That's
why I didn't respond.
I see it. I see it. Yeah, it's like a 19-paragraph email.
Yeah,
you think I'm reading that?
Hey,
and I did, and I read it all.
No way.
So there you go. You can't argue now. Barrett knew I was out.
Yeah, but you included all this other crap in here that doesn't apply to.
Like that I say is next. Like after the hey, I'll send out a group email about next week. The first thing I say, thought I would send out a group email about next week. That's the first thing.
What does that mean? What is next week? It doesn't say that my wife is going. We're going to have the kid next week. And then it goes into some general strategy questions and points moving forward into the summer and the fall. So it's like this big grandiose thing about the show. It doesn't say, "Hey guys, I'm out next week. We're having the kid." Boom. That gets my freaking attention.
No.
You understand me?
I don't need your attention. I put it out there for you not to know is you being unprepared. I'm just letting everybody know why you were unprepared.
And all this other
you
stuff.
couldn't read a second paragraph. Now, look, the first paragraph has two sentences in the first paragraph. The very next paragraph is next week. I am going to be out Monday through Thursday. It looks like Friday could be up in the air, depending on when we were able to leave.
Right. You already lost my attention with the first paragraph.
That's fine.
Because that's the one of importance.
No, you just can't complain about not knowing anything.
You know how to construct an email.
Oh, everybody else got it. Barrett, did you know I was out? You just said it. So you can't say no because we have you on tape saying yes.
I wasn't going to lie. I don't lie.
No, Harry. See,
I don't know why we have to put all this other stuff. I saw this email. The first paragraph is about something about the summer and the fall. I'm like, what is this?
First paragraph, the first sentence is I'm out next week. Get out of here. All right.
No, send a group email about next week. It just says about next week. I didn't get to the second paragraph because I'm like, what does this have to do? This says this is like back office stuff.
Yep. That's what
and everybody else got it. So you are the odd man out. Good luck next week.
I don't care.
You know
think I care?
11, right?
You think I give a damn
about the show? Clearly
zero.
There you go. All right, there you have it.
All right, we're out.
Hey, good luck, bro.
Football in Philadelphia is a lifestyle, a passion from birth, and a personal responsibility to know the game. Boo when necessary. And think about Eagles! Every second of every minute of every hour of every day. Birds 365 was created for you. Jody Mack, the legendary sports talker, joins forces with NFL insider John McMullen. Birds 365. Start your morning with Johnny Mack and Jody Mack across the JAKIB Media Network. Watch it live on YouTube.